Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. Be taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go. Hey, it's the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Back to boxing. Now, Danny Garcia talks about the Kieth Thurman loss, and he quotes, he says, "It still hunts me, man." He said if they rematch, I'm gonna get him. That's what he said. But Danny Garcia is by FightHype.com. There's like a whole video about it. It's pretty cool, man. Danny Garcia basically talks about how Kieth Thurman, he was boxing well, but he basically said how they weren't giving Danny Garcia credit for his aggression, you know. And I felt that way against Kieth Thurman and Sean Porter. I think Sean Porter his aggression was underrated in that fight. I mean, he really came. He brought the fight to Kieth Thurman. You know, I thought that Danny Garcia did good in the fight, but if you compare it to Kieth Thurman's against Sean Porter fight, Sean Porter was a little more aggressive and he was a little more effective because he actually was able to get some shots off on Kieth Thurman and be more effective. I think that was more effective aggression than Danny Garcia's bout with Kieth Thurman. But that's what Danny Garcia thought, man. He basically thought that the judges were favoring certain styles and they weren't giving credit to pressure fighters. And I agree with that, man. I think that pressure fighters are not given enough credit. And they think if one guy's moving forward, another guy's boxing, they're just going to automatically give it to the boxer without seeing the work that the inside fighter, the pressure fighter is doing, you know? And I think there is sort of a bias about that. You know, people like certain punches to be clean and accurate, you know? Usually when someone comes forward, their punches aren't as clean and as accurate as a boxer. It's just more flashy, you know? You're moving more, you're doing more. There's more dimensions to a mover than a guy coming in a straight line most of the time, you know? Usually when someone's a pressure fighter, they're not coming forward using angles. They're literally just walking toward you, you know? Only person I can think of who comes forward with angles is like a Lomachenko and a Rigondeaux. That's about it. Because when they come forward at angles. They don't just come straight toward you. They're like, it's like they're bouncing, like left, right. You know, they're not coming straight forward. So it looks a lot more impressive when they come forward and hit you. You know, so I do think Danny was right about the bias in the judges judging scorecards and styles of fighters. Because if that wasn't the case, you know, there'd be a lot more pressure fighters, you know, in the pound for pound rankings. There's not too many of them besides like Triple G, you know. I think it's underrated, you know. And sometimes these pressure fighters, they gotta keep going toe to toe until, you know, basically by the time they're in their 30s, man, their career is basically done because they took so much damage, you know. So I think they're risking a lot, and they need to give more credit for doing what they do as far as judging, you know. Do I think Danny won the Kieth Thurman fight? You know, I leave it up to you guys, but I do think he needs to get a little more credit for being aggressive. He was pushing the fight. He is a smart fighter. He was moving up to 147. He was fighting a guy who claims to be one time and knocking everyone out, you know. So Danny Garcia was right about the biases, styles, and the bias in judging. Danny Garcia said the one judge who had it really, Kieth Thurman, I mean, that's the reason why he lost the fight. And he said that the only reason why he lost the fight, in his opinion, is because one judge liked Kieth Thurman's style more than Danny Garcia's style, you know? So I'll let you guys interpret that for however you want. But basically, man, Danny Garcia said that hunted him, man. He's mad. He has to live with this loss, you know? He says, I have to die with this. I got to die with this now. This lost my record. So, and he was saying that some people say they just fight for they fight just to fight. But nah, man. Nah, it's legacy. It's legacy, you know? Or he said some people just fight for the money. He's like, nah, but it's legacy, you know? He said it's okay losing in amateurs, but in the pros, you know, when you lose, this is like, it hurts, you know? And so Danny, he seemed really hurt by the loss, man. So, I mean, hopefully he can bounce back. Everyone wants to see him bounce back. He's still a big name, you know? Me, personally, I always really want to see Miguel Cotto versus Danny Garcia, man. I think Miguel Cotto needs to pass the Puerto Rican torch, man. He needs to pass that torch. You know, I'm not saying Danny can win, but I need to see two Puerto Rican superstars fight each other. I haven't seen it yet, you know. I've seen Mexico versus Mexico and Chavez Jr. versus Canelo Alvarez. I want to see Puerto Rico versus Puerto Rico. I haven't seen one of those in a while, man. I want to see one, man. I want to see one. Cotto still got it, man. He destroyed Kamagai, and he knocked him out, actually. Miguel Cotto needs to come out and fight Danny Garcia. That's an easy fight to make. It's guaranteed to sell out. And so, yeah, man, that's how I feel. But, yeah, man, so how you guys feel about Danny Garcia, man? He still says he's hunted by the Kieth Thurman loss, but he said he'll get him next time. And let me know how you guys feel about it. Like, comment, subscribe. This is The Empire. Geoboxing Empire.